Hello everyone, welcome back to this tutorial. So, in the last video we made the basic quick bar, but still there is some problem with it and some bugs. So, we will fix it and we're going to use like the drag drop operation so we can drag the item from the inventory and drop it over the quick bar. So to start, I want to make the max health like 40 and this one 40, so I can interact with them only 2 times, so it doesn't take too much. So if we interact with it, and here again, so as you can see, double click this item and double click it again and again, and as you can see it equipped 3 times, and we don't need that. So if the item is equipped, we don't have to equip it again. So let's start with the quick bar. So here in the quick bar, I'm going to update this. So the index, let's make it here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here we need to remove this and this. And here on event construct, we need to wait experience to be ready, get player controller, and get component by class, and we need items quick bar and promote it to a variable. Let's call it items quick bar. And here we need to get slots and make array. Let's add 5, and for 0 give it first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for each loop, I'm going to update this, and let's get this here and git copy, and just like that. I'm going to double click this, and here in the start I will set the item, and here in the end I will update the quantity and drag the item here. And here I'm going to remove this, delete it, and I'm going to listen for gameplay messages, and I will listen for unequipped, item unequipped, and here is unequipped as well, item unequipped. Let's make it like this, and if the item unequipped is equal to the item that we have in the slot, we need to update this, and we'll leave this as nothing. And let's close this, and let's go back to the system, quick bar, and here we need to make this more clean. So let's just select this. Let's remove this and select this and collapse to a function. Let's call it auto slot. And if you want like to make it better, just promote it to a local variable. So local item, and a local index. So drag local index to the index, local item to the item. We do same here, local item here, and local index here. And let's just close this, and let's just delete this and duplicate this over here, and we do this like this, and the item here. You can also, if you want like to make it even cleaner, you can collapse these nodes, and you can select the nodes you want to collapse like this, and collapse nodes, and you need to give it like a name, and this one is for checking and whipping. So we check for if the item is exist, and if it's not exist we equip, and if it exists we remove it and equip it. And here let's collapse these nodes and check next slot and equip. But before we do this, we need to check if the item is already in the quick bar. Is item in quick bar? And let's give it an input of item instance. Rename it item. And we get slots. And from here we see if it contains. So contains item and this item, and we just return this value over here. And let's go back here, and is it contains this item. Do a branch. If it's false we go directly. But before that, let's get this, copy it, go back here, and let's do it this way. So if it's already the quick bar has the item, we need to remove it. but we need to check if it has the index. So let's do branch over here. So if we have like index, we need to remove it. But if we don't have the index, we do nothing. So if it's true, we're going to remove item. But we need the index, so let's make a function get item index. Going to have the item here, and get slots, and for each loop we're just gonna look for the item that equals to this item here, and if it's true, we're gonna return the index here. And let's do it over here. And the item is going to be this item. The index is going to be this index. And then we're going to equip the item. So drag this over here. Not this one, so add item to slot. And we're going to get the item and the index like this. But if this is false, we can like make like this, and give it a title like couldn't equip item, and here let's make like the item is already equipped. And this is it. So let's just collapse this, and let's do it like remove item and equip. Let's get this here and remove this. Remove this and make it just like that. And now we cannot equip the item more than one time. So we double click it, we double click it again, even if we click it. So we cannot equip the item multiple times anymore. So now we move to drag and drop operation. So let's go to the UI, inventory, and let's make a folder here, drag drop. So let's drag the inventory slot here and let's copy it. Let's rename it inventory, drag drop, and let's make a drag drop operation, blueprint, inventory, drag drop. Let's open it, and we need a variable here. Let's call it item. It's going to be item instance, and of course instance editable and expose on spawn. Save it, compile it. Let's open this. So before we start, we need to remove everything from here. Remove the update quantity, and we need to update the item here, and that's it. We go back here to the design. We don't need quantity, we don't need frame, we only care about size. Make it 80 by 80, and we need to make it like circle, so we can increase the radiant here, so 40. So 40 40 40 is going to make it circle, and let's close it, and we go back here to the inventory slot, and on function override here, on mouse button down, we're going to see is mouse button down, and we see if it's right mouse button, and if it's true, we're going to detect drag if pressed, and for the pointer it's going to be this one. The drag key is going to be right mouse button. Now over here we need to on drag detected. What we're going to do is we see is mouse button down, and if it's true, we're going to create drag and drop operation, and drag and drop operation class is going to be drag and drop. Do we need the item, so we drag the item from here, but it need drag visual effect, so let's make a widget. So create widget, the widget is gonna be drag drop, and we need to update it with the item, so drag item here, and let's get the return value of it and put it over here. So now we should see like the drag effect. So as you can see, we have the drag effect here, but still we cannot drop it. And let's go here, and let's look for size box, drag it over vertical box. Let's look for items quick bar and drag it here to the size box we added, and let's give it some padding to the left, like 50, and for the top like 30. And now we have it here. We need like to update the slots here. So let's close this and this. And here on function override on drop, we need to cast inventory drag drop. If the drop is success, we're going to go here, and if it's not, we're going to return false. But if it's success, we're going to get item and get gameplay message subsystem and broadcast a message, return success. It's going to be equip item, and here equip item. So make equip item. Item is going to be the item, and it will has the index, and the index is going to be this index over here. Let's compile, save, and let's test it. So if we drag this and drop it over here, it did equipped to the slot. But if we drag it over another item, as you can see, it's equipped to this, but still in this slot. We need to update this. So here in the system, quick bar, and here and check remove item. So here we did return value here, so this is need to be a structure. So here in the UI, item slot, and the graph, so if the item is equal to this item, we need to update it. So let's see now, it should work. As you can see, it's working just as expected. We drag the item here and it equipped to the new slot and removed from the old slot. So this is it for this tutorial.